proving that we get back. Got the heart and desire, mother of fire, ready to take us to the top. Welcome to the show. Did you know that your mom is on?
The King of the West!
All right. Welcome to Thunderdome. So, first things first. Show's over. I'm not going to do the podcast anymore. Not that anyone cares or they're listening, but I owe it to a few people. I'll do one every now and then if, like, I know there's some Kratom guys that want to be on. Yeah, all right. But the bottom line, and don't feel sorry for me. I don't care. Life is my new thing. This is just like what it is. You know, you listen to the music. Alan Watts. I don't care what happens. I'm not in control. But the podcast cost me too much money. I don't have any money. I have to pay off for the debts and the ex and all this stuff. And it's way more than I can afford. And I don't want to do bankruptcy, so I can't do the podcast anymore. It's just not even like it's like an irrational move. I know that it helps people. I was like, I just want to help one person. That'd be worth it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna sink me. So I can't do it anymore. I can't afford to pay anybody to do the podcast to have it come out. The Patreon is still going. Patreon.com/Ellis. If anybody wants to hear the Jason Ellis show, it's myself, Zach, and Tully. That's right, Tully's still there. Which seems like, I don't want to get dark, but it seems like, you know, like, that's it. Like, look, that's why I gotta, this is the end of the podcast thing for me. I don't really, for now. I don't know. Who knows what happens later? I don't know. But the Jason Ellis show, I stopped having Tully on the podcast because I'm like, dude, you're just staying, you're here for no reason. You're not getting paid. The only person that gets paid is this dude that uploads it and then Zach. That's it. They're the people that make money out of it. I don't have any reads. I have one read. It's going to be a doozy today because I'm going to be like, I don't know really. No, I guarantee I haven't used it. I don't really care. Don't use my promo code. I don't care. Fire me. I quit. So it's going to be a great read. Also, the people that produce my show, I don't even know who they are. My manager talks to them. I don't know anything about it. They don't know me. They don't care. It doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. And I'm spending time on it, and I'm like, you know what? It's like, you think you can control things, I think that if I fight to get it back to popular, and I think I've just decided that, I'm old. I'm not really relevant. I was, I was cool, so you got to look at it like positively. Like it was cool. I did cool stuff. People thought I was cool. And now I'm not that cool. Maybe I will be again. Maybe I won't. I know that even if it does turn out to like I'm cool again, I don't really care. It doesn't really mean anything. What matters is I'm happy with my day. I'm happy with my girlfriend. I'm happy with my children. I'm happy with my children's mother. They're all happy with me. I got a couple of friends. Not many. But they're good friends. I can count on them, and they can count on me, and that's really all life is about, Out to the to nature with the bow. I learn to use a bow. Maybe I don't learn to use the bow. Maybe I miss everything, and that's God was like, I don't want you to kill anything, you idiot. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I'll become a master. And I'll have my own signature bow line. And everyone will be calling me, you know what I mean, Jason Bo Jackson Ellis or something. And I'm just like out there bowing fools. Or maybe, it just gets worse and worse and I'm so broke. Every morning I get up and I shoot a bow up in the air and I pray to God it lands on the top of my head. I don't know. I'm all right. But yeah, this is the end of this show. So I would like to thank everybody that ever listened to the Jason Ellis Show. I would like to thank Raw Dog, because people love Raw Dog, and Tully, obviously, and Kevin Kraft, Christian Hand, all these people that did all these cool things on the show that made the show cool. Brian Cullen, the Dingleberries, Will Pendarvis, Scott Greenstein, the CEO of SiriusXM, that was like, yeah, man, and Steve Blatters, and all the people that had to put up with me, complaining about this or why aren't I this, why aren't I that. Jude for coming on the show, making some cool appearances. I'm sorry to everybody if I let you down. I'm sorry to people that have ill will towards me because of my attitude, or I'm sorry to. I know Christian still hates me, thinks I ruined his life. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I really hope things work out for you. I'm sure they all do when I disappear. But I am grateful. The music that we did, that was amazing. We always have that, so I'm always grateful for that. I'm even grateful for Raw Dog's big fat porn star secret girlfriend that was married to somebody else that made me apologize to her 3 times, and Raw Dog kind of quit the show because of her. But I had to play it, I was a part of it. Could have I handled it another way? Yeah. At the time, did I have the tools to handle it another way? It's not an excuse, it's just what it is. I didn't have it. Ego. Whatever. I'm grateful for Katie for helping in the show, Produced it when we were podcasting. I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch of people. Bunch of people made the show, It wasn't just me. It was a bunch of people. Yeah, I probably should have wrote it down, but I was at the dentist facing a root canal. I was like, oh my God. Or an implant. I was like, that's pretty bad. I was like, you going to gas me? And they're like, no, we're just going to grind your teeth down. I was like, man, I was hoping. It's been stressful, like when you're, I'm watching everything now. Never paid attention. This is the price that I have paid for not paying attention. And now I watch everything and I'm like, how much money do you get? I actually feel rude asking, when someone's like, this is how much you owe me. And I'm like, can you itemize that? I'm scared to say that. Like, I'm scared to ask the web guy, what exactly did you do for that money? Because I feel like I'm being rude. Because I'm so not, I just let people pay people, And now I see bills for people where I'm like, wait, I don't even work with that guy for like 3 years. What do I owe him money for? I want to call him and be like, hey, man, have I owed you money for fucking 4 years? Because first things first, I'm sorry. I did not call that. I didn't go, hey, don't give him anything for 4 years. Like, I would never do that. I definitely like to pay my dues, So there's a lot of stuff is changing, and it's hard to accept it, to let go, to let go of something that you thought would be a success forever, And it's podcasting is tough, it's a different thing, and I'm older, just like when I was at the skate park the other day, there's 2 kids in the bowl, and I was like, hey, you guys going to get out so other people can go in? The guy was like, fuck you think you are? You're too old to be here. And I was like, am I? I doubted myself. You know, that's the tough thing about, you know, you break your ego. You know, ego's good for some things, you know, because you can just believe in yourself when nobody does. But there's other tools than ego. But still, I'm very touchy right now. Like, some dude said that, and I was like, am I? I'm like, I'm just trying to explain to you the etiquette of skating. Like, you can't just stay on the flat. People are trying to skate it as well. And like, and you can't skate. But I didn't say any of that. I just was like, yeah, man. I'm like, well, you want to do something about it, you know? And I was like, oh God, that's embarrassing. And I'm so old, I can't tell if you're 19 or 25. I'm like, I can't punch a 19-year-old, you know? It's like Crystalia of fighting. I just can't do things to teens in any capacity, you know. But you know, I think about all the good things we've done, and look, and there's still the Patreon, you know. And I know this is kind of like, oh, the show's over. Well, you don't care, you know. No, if you cared, it'd still be going because people would download it, and then I'd have a read, and a read would pay for everybody to do the show, and I'd do the show. But that's the game, man. It's not that good. I'm not that good. I don't have, you know, I don't know what it is that I've done, but whatever I've done, you know, I know changing the Jason Ellis to 2.0, now you don't download it from the same link. I don't reckon that helped. Doing a show by myself, talking about sobriety. Are you all addicts? No. You know, I don't want to hear this bullshit of whining about surviving in his life. It's just what I have, you know. I got to be who I am. So this is what I am. This is what I have, and not enough people like it, and I don't have any money in. But I have friends, you know, like Lucy Block is letting me live at her other house for I can't afford to live there if I didn't know her, but she's given to me a good deal. And now I'm like living on a ranch out in the middle of nowhere in Utah in 2 months from now. I'm selling everything I own. I'm selling all the couches, selling painting, shoes, materialistic stuff, you know, the Gucci shoes, you know, the life of the young Jason. It was still not even young, man. I'm so old. Like, which is weird. I had dinner with my girlfriend's parents, and they were like, why do you keep saying you're old? Like, you realize you're not old, right? And I'm like, to you, but like in the world of podcasting, yeah. You know, I'm old. You know, it's like comedy. You're getting better, man. You know, by the time you get to where everybody else is peaking, you know, it's going to come for you. You're very funny. You know, you're skilled. And I'm like, I'll be 65. I mean, maybe I am freakishly like young for 54. I can do a lot of stuff. 65, can I travel all the time and not get sick? I don't know. I saw a thing, freaking Jordan Jensen saying she's getting on a bus because she's on the road all the time and it's getting her sick. She's like 34. So, that's me future tripping, worrying about it, you know? Worrying about being a successful comedian at 65 when you're 54. That's a ridiculous thing to do. But it's shock. I'm in shock. You know, when I'm like, wow, all these things that I was not paying attention to again and again and again. How many times? You can't blame anybody. It's the same as like you're divorced so many times. It's their fault. It's not their fault. It's your fault. You know, you're a douche. You're only thinking about yourself. You slept with other people and you got caught. You're a dickhead. The end. You know? Oh, but there's a... Nah. Let's just be real. You're a dick. You know? Yeah. Sleep with dudes, man. Nothing wrong with that. But me... Imagine trying to be married to me and you're a girl and just sleep with dudes. You're gross, dude. You're gross. So... Now I got to give that person all my money. I'm drowning because of it too. But I've been drowning for like 3 or 4 years now. And then, bless Brianna's heart. Oh, we no longer work together, but she's just trying to keep my lifestyle afloat. I think she was like, I don't want to break his heart, and let him know that, like, it was like, yeah, we're making it every month. We're making it. And then when I let her go and like analyze what it is, it's crazy. People are like, why'd you let go of Kevin? Kevin's awesome, man. But you guys don't understand, like, credit card debt to pay him because nobody listens to the show anymore. I'm like, I can't do it, I don't even, it's like jail. Like, he can get money. Like, I pay Kevin and Katie and go to jail. But I feel like you guys would be okay with that. I know Reddit would probably be okay with it. But again, could I handle it a better way? For sure. I don't think I've handled much well. I'm tough. I'm a survivor, but boy, do I bitch a lot, So, gotta let things go, man. Like, you think it's like one of these things where it's like, I gotta be in control. I can't control it. Everybody else has made the decision on what the popularity of this show, and nobody cares, and that's fine. And who knows, man? Maybe being in nature and shooting a bow off a horse. I'm like, man, what have I been doing? I should have been doing this the whole time. Like, all these things that I am, I don't know if I am this. I'm like, tough guy. Am I a tough guy? I ain't tough guy. I'm terrified. I built myself. I learned how to fight. I lift weights. I got a lot of tattoos. Ooh. At one point I thought I was gay. I'm not gay. I'm not tough. I don't even know if I want to fight. I contemplated when the guy called me too old to be at the skate park, that he might be right. I see videos, San Diego, Lance Mountain, Tony Hawk, they're all skating a bowl with each other. Cab is 60. Is he too old to skate? You going to kick him out? But I'm not down there with them. I'm up here. By myself. I go to the park by myself. I don't have skate buds. And that's kind of half the, I love skating with my friends. I don't have that, And moving to Utah, there'll be less. Actually, probably be about the same, I just realized. I'll go to the skate park and I'll cruise around a little bit, and I can't go too hard because I can't walk the next day. It is what it is. Got to move on. So, that's the end of the show. This is the end of the show. The end of the podcast. The Patreon still goes on. When I move to Utah, Tully will be on Zoom. Tully's talking about moving to Japan. I think if he moves to Japan, that'll probably be the end of the Jason Ellis show completely. I don't know. Maybe he Zooms at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know. I can't worry about it because I don't know. I have no idea what that means. All I know is right now, I either declare bankruptcy or make drastic changes. So, at least for a year, I have to really not spend any money and pay off a lot of things. So I can't have things that cost me money. There's some new businesses that I'm trying to do. I'm making Wolf Knife knives, finally, and I'm bringing back Wolf Knife names that'll be on the Patreon. And if you sign up, you get the knife with your name engraved in the knife. Maybe there's 10 of you, and that's the end of that. Maybe it turns into a thing. just got to keep trying to do stuff. I might have my own peptides. I might have found a connection there too. Yeah, maybe I have a signature bow, you know? I'm grateful for Mayhem Mondays. I'm grateful for the dingo. Yeah, I know. He's watching. Not giving up, you know. That's all I know. I'll never give up. And you know, I think the darkness gets loud when you're closer to the light. You know, I think there's some big moves, big shifts in my life, and the devil is very sad, and he's doing everything he can to pull me back. And it's too late, you know. I'm on my way to another life, another way of existing. And it's weird. It's like I'm not really sad. I'm a little bit scared, you know? A little bit scared of change. I think everybody can relate to that, right? A little bit scared of what is in the future. But it's, you know, it's like I gotta let it go, you know? What is gonna happen is gonna happen. All I can do is be a good guy, work hard. I'm doing that. I'm working hard. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm always trying to create new things. I wrote down a bunch of new jokes. I also don't have any place to tell the jokes in Los Angeles. I talk to people about all the clubs and they go, yeah, man, sounds good. And then they never call me, ever. 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 I talked to the people that own comedy clubs in Utah. They said, yep, come down. Maybe that means that I'll do more shows. Maybe they're lying. Maybe I go, hey, man, so here I am. They'll be like, no response. I don't think so. I think I'm going to have more gigs. And then I'm on the road. You know? Getting better. Got, what? Holy crap, that's a lot of text messages. That's like too much reading for a guy. Whoa, somebody has bobcats in their backyard? That's crazy. Whoa, that would be cool. I can hunt a can you eat a bobcat? Good. Because I don't want to kill it if I can't eat it. Does anybody want to clear up? Is anything serious, important, something small could potentially help me out? I figured you could try and ask you've helped me. It's behind you. Wait, what? Any reason to feel comfortable reaching out? Whoa, this might be too serious. I would love to sponsor your show, but I totally respect that you're not interested. No hard feelings.
Great timing.
Since I'm always looking for good people to work with. Go North Hemp. I thought maybe Matan might be open to something. What the fuck is this?
Is this the same guy that's been asking over and over for you? I
don't even remember. If you're comfortable with it, am I letting him know? I don't know Matan. Isn't Matan like an 18-year-old? I don't think he does weed. Either way, thank you. Everything you've done for me. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I can't even really read it. I don't like hemp. Yeah, I don't really care about Man, this is a weird thing to say. But I don't really care about the money. It's weird. I'm having a weird... I'm discovering who I really am. I don't know. I mean, I know we need money because you got to eat, right? And you got to get a roof over your head. But I'm not like, like Black Rifle Coffee. They pay me. They send me coffee. They're always nice to me. And it's been, they've helped me so much, And then, a lot of people hate the Boonies, because they hate Tim Pool. Tim Pool, it's not a lot, but they pay me, and they're never late. And I get skateboards that I can skate whenever I want. I have people there that are friends and nice to me. I guess you make your money out of, maybe that's the thing. Like, maybe I should have done a podcast about how gay isn't real, and then you'd all listen to me. It's also hilarious. The Milo, I'm sorry, but I'm so intrigued by Milo and Tucker Carlson talking about why are you gay and how funny it is. That's such a funny bit because why is anybody gay? And then the Milo guy goes, yeah, gay is just a trauma. And then he goes in. I didn't watch the whole thing because it's impossible for me to be. I can't. The guy stutters. I didn't know his eye was looking at the other eye that much. He's been celibate for 5 years because he's not gay anymore. Celibate, as in he can't have sex with a girl. Do you know why he can't have sex with a girl? Because he's gay. And he's saying on podcasts that gay's not real because he's cured himself, but he can't touch a vagina. Do you know why he can't touch a vagina? Because he's gay. But if he says that stuff on a podcast, you care. Like I'm a conservative. Republican, Democrat, I don't want to be. I don't know enough to say I'm one or the other. Democrat, I just don't see anything good about anybody doing anything where I'm like, yeah, good point. But I also, come on, man. Like the FBI guy said, we're going to take care of the FBI and get to the bottom of the Epstein files. Turns out there's no file. He's lying. He's a liar. Head of the FBI is a liar. He's lying. That I know. You got this Milo guy, cross-eyed, blabbing about gay ain't real when he's just ragingly homo. Like he's the gayest dude I've ever seen in my life. I know gay dudes. That's the thing. Nobody's going to care because nobody's watching this show, but I should be on Bill Maher. I should be debating this homo. Let's get on an island. I'll take my pants off. Watch him get hard. I'll jerk off in front of him. He'll suck it within 1 day, dude. He'd be sucking it within an hour. He would be sucking it within an hour. I would let him suck it just to prove a point. That's the kind of guy I am. I'm not I haven't rehabilitated my gayness. I know gay guys. You know how I know they're gay? I'm not going to say, but you can figure it out. And I've had sex with guys, with girls. More than probably anybody in the media world. All the pricks and puss and booby. I've done them all. More than anyone. More than anyone's going to admit it, that's for sure. And I can tell you for sure, just like there's a straight guy that is just straight. Don't put your wiener anywhere near him because he is straight. Also, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with being completely straight. libtards coming at people for being proud of being straight. But you can have a pride day, but you can't be proud of being straight. It's like homophobic. I mean, people like Milo and honestly, Tucker Carlson, like you've got him on there saying, "Why gay is not real? Why are you gay?" You're the gayest dude I've ever seen that isn't gay. Tucker Carlson laughs like a gay girl. I don't even know what, like a girl, but he's a guy, so he's gay. His gay haircut. Why would you have a bow tie? That's your choice. That's gay. You want to fight? That guy he fights like a gay guy. And when I say gay, it means you're weak. I don't care. Gay guys usually can't fight good. I don't care. Shadow ban me. Stop me from getting sponsorships. I'm fucking untouchable right now. The only problem is nobody's touching it. But I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Brendan Sharp says people don't say he's not funny or his face. You're not fucking funny. I don't mind Brendan Sharp. He's a good dude. Every time I've ever hung out with him, he's a good dude. He's not fucking good at stand-up, and he quit. I'll say it to his fucking face. What the fuck? Chris D'Elia, you kind of fucked around with younger people. You're fucking tweaked. You think I won't say it to your fucking face? You think I fucking flinch any of you? Ban me from the Comedy Store. Nobody fucking cares if I go there anyway. Give a fuck about all you dickheads. All fucking protecting each other. It's not really that ballsy because he's never going to see it. But if I ever saw him, like, it's conflicting because I don't hate him or anything, but like, you're not funny, and it's a stupid joke. To say he's not funny is stupid. Like, he did it. I've already explained it several thousand times, but of course you're only going to get the bit that makes him pissed. Like, dude, if someone paid me $500,000 or maybe, who knows, more to do a stand-up special after being in comedy for 3 years, would I do it? Yeah, and so would you, so shut the fuck up. You'd all do what he did. The only reason you didn't do it is because it wasn't on the table for you. So I don't blame him. But I just saw a video where it's like, people would never say it to my face. And I'm like, dude, you think I'm fucking scared of you? You know? You think I'm fucking scared of any of you? I mean, okay, let's be real. I am scared of you. I'm scared of everybody. You think I won't fucking do it? You know? I'm scared of everything, but I will face everything. Scared of this show ending. I quit. Also, Quentin Tarantino is a foot fucking faggot. Shadow ban me. I give a fuck. You talk shit on Bruce Lee. That's your first mistake. Go fuck yourself. You're fat. You've never been an athlete. You don't know shit. He's not very good at combat. He's the first person I ever saw a video of him doing MMA. He had MMA gloves on in the 70s. Shut up, you dickhead. You're a dickhead. And now you say some people are not good at acting. The guy that was against I Drank Your Milkshake guy is a bad actor. I thought he did a really good job. But who am I compared to you foot fuckers, you know. But also, remember when he was asked about Harvey Weinstein and he didn't really say anything that bad about him? So you're not going to say anything bad about Harvey Weinstein, but you will bring up that the guy that played fucking Shaggy in Scooby-Doo is a shit actor? You know what? You know what that makes you? A fucking dickhead. You're a fucking dickhead. That kind of sums you up. You're a dickhead. You're a Hollywood giant celebrity who was good friends with Harvey Weinstein back in the day when you knew. It's on record. You said you knew. You wish you had done more, but you didn't do anything about it, you know? You didn't do anything about it. People that do creepy shit to women and smaller people, and then you still hang out with them. Piece of shit, you know? I can't afford to make a promo of anything that I've said to unleash on social media, on my social media that is shadow banned, so none of you will see it. As I'm saying this, I'm realizing that I am basically telling Zach my problems. Sure, you can say whatever you want, dude.
That this is so much fun. I volunteer myself
Really?
for some
'Cause I
clips
don't
of
lie.
this.
Like it's
Yeah, it's just fun.
it just so doesn't matter anymore. It just so doesn't matter. Like the corruption, the lies, the bullshit, the things that you only care about. You don't care about real shit. You know? Which is why I'm okay with this ending. You know? Like, I'm going to go to Utah. I already fed the horses in the snow in the morning. I fed the horses at night as well. I can walk to these horses. They're not my horses. Also, everyone's like, man, you're going to give up your horse. I think people think, you know the horse that I'm with all the time? It's not my horse. Whitney Cummings is rich. She has a horse. She can pay for the food. I don't pay for any of the food. Sometimes I bring him apples. I'm not even supposed to, but sometimes we're bros. You know. I'm giving it away. Like, there's going to be a garage sale here. You can take everything. I don't want anything. Shoes. I mean, the shoes I bought at the Macy's. What's this? The rack? Nordstrom rack. I like these. You can't have these because they don't have any shoes. And Pam Zam from DC gave me some Ken Block shoes, so you can't have those. But everything, you know? I'm selling everything. And I'm going to Utah, and I'm going to get a bow. And I'm going to do Horse Force every morning. Horse Force, everybody on YouTube, if you want to see Horse Force, Jules and Jason. Horse Force, where we're raising money. I'm already donating to a horse charity, two actually. And I'm trying to get a job at one of them in Utah where I can actually be there and learn some more horsemanship and help the horsies that need help. And if there's a horsey that needs a home that is big enough to carry my fat ass, then ask Lucy if that horsey can live with us. And then I will teach the horsey to allow me to shoot a bow off his back. And then I will be a hunter, and I will be in the woods of nature hunting deer and coyotes. And coyotes for warmth. I'll be making jackets and loincloths. And one deer, and then freeze it. And then I'll be living off the deer all year round. Deer meat. And I live next door to a buffalo farm, so I'm going to ask them if I can have some buffalo. Because there's a huge chance that I'm not going to be able to get shit near a deer. Unless they run in front of my car. And that doesn't count. That's cheating. But yeah, fuck Quentin Tarantino. It's a weird thing to talk shit on people being actors. It's just mean. Stupid. What else is there? Oh. Fire tour show. That guy is a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's amazing.
The Fire
That's
Festival
actually
guy?
one of the most.
Yeah.
That's kind of. I'm pissed I didn't get to go to that because that's incredible. That guy has a video going. People said that I couldn't have porta potties on a pontoon. I don't think anybody said that. Like I want to do videos making fun of him and pretending I'm him and going. People said that I couldn't wear red socks. Look at these socks. They're red. Nobody said that. They just said your shit was gonna suck. It sucked. Everybody was right. Also, French Montana sucks ass. Anybody that does a collaboration with Chanel West Coast is a fucking retard. And a whore. You took the money. No, I really wanted to collaborate with her because of her musicianship. Shh. No one's ever said that. You're not good at music. You're average at best. Fucking tour singing other people's country songs, you karaoke cunt. It's a promo no one's ever going to see. Give a fuck. I don't care, you know? I just don't care about any of it. It's all bullshit. Nothing means anything. You know? Being big in comedy doesn't mean anything. Natalie Cuomo is huge in comedy. Okay, really? Okay, sure. Why not? Why isn't Yucko the Clown doing stadiums? I don't get it. I don't care to get it. Just gonna do spots. Shoot bows. That's it. Ride horses. Sit with horses. Sit with horses. You know why I'm gonna sit with horses? Because I'm sick of sitting with you. You're full of shit. Sorry, I'm pissed. I gotta let it go. I'm trying to control, you know? I don't want to let this go. But I gotta. I think I'm scared that it will never come back and this will just be a thing in the past. You know? But there's skateboarding. It's a thing in the past, you know? Like there was a time there where if I went to the bowl, nobody would call me old and too old to be here because I wasn't old. But now, he had a point, you know? And also, back in that era, like I could have punched that dude in the face and the police wouldn't have arrested me. Now, yeah, I don't know, maybe he was 18 or something, and then I would have got assaulted a child. But it burns me. It burns me that I can't beat you up. You know? And I've got to work on myself. You know? You got to be like Jesus. What would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't punch a kid for being a dick. You know? But I want to punch him. I still want to punch him. He had hit the weird cleft lip thing with the bent nose. Do you know how hard it was to not say, look at your face? You know? I'm a smart ass. And I went, okay. I'm like, I was just trying to explain to you the rules of skateboarding, man. You don't have to be a dick about it. And I was like, you got a bent dick on your face, but I didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm a dick. Maybe I should disappear into the bush, you know?
Well, I think the podcast thing and the skateboarding thing can kind of be similar in the whole, like, in the past, you disappeared from skateboarding, and then you came back. So you never know how things are going to go. It's always an ebb and a flow, right?
Nah.
No?
I think coming back on Tony Hawk's nuts doesn't really count. You know? Let's face it, dude. People recognize me now because they're like, it's the guy that was on that podcast with Tony Hawk. And that's okay. Being recognized for doing cool stuff is overrated. It shouldn't mean anything. You're unhealthy if you think that's what is special. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's all kind of silly now. When you get older and you step back and look at it, it's kind of silly. It's great that we get to try things, but you know, I'm not interested in wood carving or anything, but if I did, it'd be cool to make a table, you know? But it's like, well, you're not going to get a lot of likes on Instagram for making a table. It's like, well, I give a fuck about Instagram, you know? I think God shadow banned me. Because he's like, dude, you think that's like the answer? You know? Like, you think this whole thing is like, what, you're just going to keep running? I think this is God trying to get me to face myself. You know? I don't do drugs. I don't sleep with other people. I don't do any of that stuff from running. But I'm still, like, trying to be famous. It's a way of running, you know? Once you go fuck off and live in nature, get a job, you know? Run a business. Step back, You know, that's why I'll do the podcast for... There's a guy I know, Street Gonzo's got a documentary I watched about Puerto Rico and how it's all corrupt. We can do that. I wish I could help him more and people would watch it. You know, and then these other people that have like a Kratom sober living or something. If I can help, I will help, you know?
And if you know anybody who needs help, all these episodes of Ellis 2.0 are going to be up on a playlist still. So you can always send, if you're out there listening and you know someone needs help, there's plenty of Jason's prior episodes
There's
that
other
you can
people
check out, you know?
Too.
Sure, but if it's like you think it'll resonate, you know.
I guess there's a documentary about the whiskey videos that came out. A couple people messaged me about it. I did interviews for it. They never told me. Somebody was like, "Man, you really appreciate your vulnerability in this documentary." And I was like, "What documentary?" Like whiskey. There's like, and there's a premiere of it in Vancouver. You should go and do shows. And I'm like, that's a good idea. I don't know anything about it. Those people have not contacted me whatsoever. Yeah, I have no idea about that. I would like to see it. I do remember doing an interview about it. Yeah, you don't know about whiskey? Yeah, whiskey was like these snowboard videos that had like skateboarding and stuff. It's from it's Canadian guys, and they were real. It's Krusty the Clown. Is it Krusty? Yeah, Krusty the Clown. So a bunch of us, depending on who it was, would dress up as this clown and do a skateboard trick or a snowboard trick. Or one guy did a backflip off like a 2-story roof and broke both his ankles. But according to the people that when you watch the DVD or I think it might have even been a VHS back then, it's one guy. But it's not. It's all of us. Boozy the Clown.
Yeah,
right.
Boozy the Clown. That
makes more sense.
That's right.
But yeah, they were like cult videos, you know? And I made a bit of a splash in one or two of them. I was drunk with roller skates on and people were pushing me off a jump ramp into a half pipe and I hit my head and I did a big rant about rollerblading, very aggressive. And it was in the clubhouse. It was in my house because they gave me the pad room to live in. So those are great times. But I guess, you know, all of us, a lot of the main characters became alcoholics and suffered quite a bit from all that stuff. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. I have no idea. I just know that I talked about, you know, the guys that did the video and how cool I thought they were and how we drank very aggressively and smashed bottles over our own heads all the time. And how much fun it was. So I don't know but I did say, you know, there's a huge price. I had to get sober or I was going to die. And I assume that a lot of those guys also did the same thing because honestly, I think the way we were doing it, you don't make it to 50 doing that. Your body is gonna tap. So I'm glad that it came out and did something special. You know, but it'd be good to know about it. So I'd love to go to Canada and sort of, you know, tie, hey, whiskey premiere, and I'll do some stand up, and maybe people would go to the show, and I could sell some merch, and you know, pay people. That's all I do, you guys. I just pay. I just make money, and it just all goes to people. It's a weird circumstance, and it's draining. You know, it's just like every day I just go, how much more can you do it? You know, and I'm like, oh, that's the thing with me. I can't stop. I cannot be stopped. So everybody will get their money. I will pay in full. I'm just looking forward to being in Utah, you know, and just like sitting with a horse, you know, hanging out, do horse force with my girlfriend, and then sit in the snow, you know. Still, X insurance, baby. Those guys are like, you don't want to sell insurance. I'm like, how do you know? They're like, dude, trust me, it's not your thing. And I'm like, I get it. You think Jason's flying around? I gotta make 400 phone calls a week to sell insurance. You guys don't know what I do. 400 phone calls. I answer way more than 400 messages on social media a week. Way more. And some people talk way too much. Long things where I go, bruh. It's hard for me to read, like 4 sentences. You giving me a book. Just go to an AA meeting. Start from there. I don't know. But I try, man. I try so hard. Let's get the rest of these text messages before it's all over. I'm sure you will eventually talk about Dave Chappelle's show in Edmonton recently. All the news is about how Big Comic bombed. I don't think it was necessary that he bombed. He thought the process was, hey, you paid to see me and hear my jokes and knew where in for, so listen. What the? I also just being alright, fuck you then. Wait. The also just being alright, fuck you then. Do we know about Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, he had. From what I heard, the big thing was that there was.
What's that got to do with him being funny?
But, well, that's the other thing. Some people were saying he was bombing.
Tech issue like the mic cut out?
Some people were saying it was a combination.
Dude,
just like sound
talking.
issues, I guess. Maybe, I don't, yeah.
I'm not going for that. Tech issues with a guy that's talking into a microphone. Did the mic cut out? Because if the mic cut out and you can't hear his jokes, that's a problem. But man, do I find that difficult to believe. You're saying Dave Chappelle's mic didn't work? Dude, we ain't talking about fucking Metallica. We're talking, does the mic work? Not that technical for a comedian to be heard by his fan base.
Also says hecklers accused of wrecking Dave Chappelle comedy show. So
yeah, how can you wreck Dave Chappelle
as well?
He wrecks you. I'm sorry. Dave Chappelle is not a good comedian. Is just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. He's amazing. He's one of the greats of all time. Did he have a bad day? Was he drunk and he told people to go fuck themselves? Sure. Is that right? No. He's amazing. That's it.
Yeah, 1,800 fans packed into Rogers Place in Edmonton.
Yeah, look, I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. It's what we do now. We pile up on shit that we love. We love to see us fall. Dave Chappelle is a legend. He's done so many He's made so many people laugh. I don't care if he bombed. I know he didn't bomb. It's like, fucking, man. What's his name? Fucking the Rat King. Fucking. What's his name? The fucking greatest comedian. Yeah. That guy. Man, why am I... Yeah, Theo. He especially bombed. Yeah. Shut up. Just throwing it out there. If you were selling your Les Paul and were able to ship it, I'd be interested. Yeah, but you got to pay for shipping. Like, I'm not paying you to buy my guitar. I knew you were sober for life. Wait, I knew you were sober for life, but would be biggest trigger to make you drink. Terminal illness. Yeah. Yeah, I would call my kids and go, hey, I'm going to die in like 6 months. You gotta you gotta let me party. Yeah, and I wouldn't do it unless everybody was okay on board with it. And I don't even know if I want to do it, you know? Like, now I'm just saying that because I'm a little bit, like, edgy from making this last show, but I don't know, man. Like, dying, you know, I'm scared, but I'm not, you know, it's not that crazy. You die, you go somewhere else. You know, it's going somewhere and being completely. This is kind of, you know, like it's a struggle right now. Old me would be so high from facing all these changes, but part of me likes it. You know, like I'm like, ooh, you know, it's like, man the fuck up, Jason. You know, like, okay, so you had it, now you don't have it, so make it again. Do something different. And if I was high, I would just run from it. I wouldn't face it. You know, like, it's great. Change is good. You know, you get used to things and you're like, oh no, I got to do a different thing. I don't think I mind it. I kind of, I have this fear of I'm making all the wrong decisions. But man, I was in Utah the other day. I really liked it. The house was nowhere near ready. It had none of my stuff in it. I didn't have anything really ready to do anything. And I loved it. It's like you're all alone. I'm here. Do you know where I go? Nowhere. I don't go anywhere. I go to the Comedy Store and stand there like a dickhead. Okay, that's harsh. But I just stand there. You know, I've been to the Hollywood Improv where I'm past there. I just stand there. Sometimes people say hello to me. You know, I saw Bobby Lee the other day. He said hello. That was cool. I love Bobby Lee. It's cool that he knows my name. I come back once a month. That could still happen. It doesn't really change. Nothing's really, you know, like a supermarket. I went to the supermarket near. It's like 15 minutes from my house. It's not very good. But I don't really want anything from it. I don't want any chips. I just want meat. Sweet potatoes. And avocados. That's it. And if they don't have it, suck a butt. I'll just eat buffalo. And deer. Just be like some shitty Joe Rogan. Like a Joe Rogan Tom Green, but like shitty. Budget green. Budget Rogan green. Those are all the text messages for the Jason Ellis show. Keep on keeping on, everybody. I love you guys. I love doing the shows. I love talking, and it's not over. I still get to talk. Rumble Bean will be here, you know? But yeah, I think mainly I just want to thank everybody that was on the show ever, you know? The Dingoes, the Mayhems, the Christian Hands, the Will Pendavises, fucking Andrew, everybody, man. Everybody, you pissed me off, you made me laugh. I did the same. You know, there were times there where we all laughed, and that's the thing they take from it. You know, skateboarding, it's over. There was a time there where I skateboarded great. Sometimes I wasn't great, but there was times where we were on the ramp and we all laughed. We all had a good time. You know, we had the band, and there were times in the recording studio we're all high and we're all laughing hysterically. My balls are racist. I remember when Josh said that. That was so funny. And we laughed and laughed for hours. That's it, you know? You get to have fun, and then it ends. And, you know, it's like I said in the post. It's like, you know, sometimes in music, every song, it's got to end, you know? And if you're lucky, you get to listen to another song, and you can't reminisce about the other one anymore. And I get it, you know? I feel like when I go live on social media to people that's, what about this? What about that? Did you see Bam? You know, and I'm like, God damn, dude. We're living in the past. You know, all we have is right now. And I got to keep saying that because I keep forgetting it. I keep worrying about the future. What's going to happen? Oh, no. Nobody, there was a time there where I was like, the worst thing I could ever imagine is the Jason Ellis show is not successful. Here it is. Here it is. When this show ends right now, that's it. I mean, I'm doing Awesome World, so it doesn't end. Nothing really ends. Things just shift. So, most people don't even listen to the end of the show. But I think that I thanked people. So that's it. I just thank everybody that ever listened, hated it, or loved it. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that had anything to do with the show, and there's countless people that made the show awesome. Interns, porn stars, people that hated me, celebrities, people that loved me, Thomas Hayden Churches and Danzigs and Dice Clay, every LL Cool J's, Tony Hawk, all of you, all made it. I was just lucky to be a part of it, you know? And that's it. One day we'll die. Hopefully it isn't today.